Said to first enter into the record a paper by Thomas Jipping, Senior Legal Fellow at the Edward Meese Center for Legal and Judicial Studies at the Heritage Foundation on the subject of the hearing today.
Without objection.
Mr. Paoletta, does it matter whether a Supreme Court justice asks questions or doesn't ask questions? Is that an ethical concern?
No, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Thomas, if he chooses to ask questions, God bless him. If he chooses not to, God bless him. He's a member of the Supreme Court, and he can conduct himself as he wants and get to the decisions that he wants to get to. But that was raised earlier, I think, by one of our colleagues on the court. Well, why do you think they would raise that?
To disparage Justice Thomas.
To keep doing what they started, what, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Isn't this really, in your mind, Mr. Paoletta, this is about the left continually coming after people who, conservative jurists who are being put on the Supreme Court. I mean, you can just go down the list and the treatment that it started with Justice, well, it started with Bork, we talked about that, but it started with Justice Thomas. But we saw it, I think I remember, was it Justice Alito's wife who was in the row behind him, I think, and moved to tears based on what they were doing to Justice Alito?
Yeah, I think they accused him of being a racist.
Yeah. And then, of course, we saw what they
falsely accused him of.
Falsely accused. We saw what they did to Judge Kavanaugh. We saw what they did to Ms. Coney Barrett. And now Justice Thomas, they're coming at him a second round. This is all about the left's desire, I think, and I said this in my opening statement, to pack the court. Would you agree?
Yes, and I'd say they've been coming after him multiple times over the years. I think 2011 was the one with Obamacare. He needed to be impeached because Ginny Thomas deigned to have an opinion and express it, that it was a disaster, and Justice Thomas didn't recuse. I think Professor Gillers agrees with me on that. These two gentlemen, I think, probably disagree with me that Justice Thomas should recuse. I think it's quite clear he shouldn't recuse.
Yeah. But what do you think their ultimate motivation is? The left's continual attacks. I mean, just attacks that are so far out of the norm. I mean, just again, what happened to Judge Alito? What happened to Judge Thomas? What happened to Judge Kavanaugh? Why are they so focused on this?
Number one, I think right now, I think they think the court is going to be issuing a number of rulings that are going to wipe away a number of liberal, longstanding precedents. Mm-hmm. I think it's and to disparage the court, and that's why I think the poll numbers are down. One follows the other, okay? And so now they get to say, look, the poll numbers are down. We need to do something with the court. I also think it's to send a message to a lot of the other conservative justices that you know, nobody likes to be disparaged and caricatured and destroyed. It's not fun. And you need to have an iron backbone like Justice Thomas does, in my opinion. So they know they'll never bend him. I'm certain of that, and I'm certain that his opponents do that. They want to try to marginalize him, and they have failed at that utterly, in my view. But I think it's to send a message to the newer justices that are up there.
That is always the goal. When the left comes after people, when they try to disparage people, when they put them in what Barry Weiss described when she resigned from and Barry Weiss wasn't on the right, she was on the left. But she resigned from the New York Times, said because she couldn't offer an opinion that differed from the woke mob. She says, because if you go against the groupthink, if you go and you engage in wrong speech or wrong think, as she described it, you will face the digital Thunderdome. They will come after you, and it's all designed to chill speech of other individuals. The left is so... Today's left says, if you don't agree with them, you're not allowed to talk. And if you try, they're going to call you names and try to cancel you. Again, don't take my word for it. Take someone on the left, Barry Weiss's word for it. And you want to know how much they want to control speech and go after people who they disagree with? Just look at their reaction to what Elon Musk did this past week. I mean, the left controls everything. They control everything. And one platform in the social media, and all the social media platforms, one platform may now go to where they're actually fair. Oh my goodness. The left loses their mind because the guy who builds electric cars and believes in the First Amendment just bought a company. Wow. So that is what's at stake here. And this is why this is so wrong. And they come after Justice Thomas. It's in the name of ethics. It's so transparent what they're doing.
I agree with you. Justice Thomas has withstood it all, and he has been on the court for 30 years, and he now has, I think, 15 or 16 former law clerks on the federal bench. Including Kat Mizell, who just issued the order striking down the Biden mandate. So his legacy is continuing on.
He's a great American and someone we should put up there as a role model for so many people, and yet the left wants to come after him, and it is wrong. So I appreciate you coming here today and defending him and defending the truth and the way our Constitution and the way our system is supposed to work. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Mr. Sherman, how do you respond to the idea that it is somehow racist to express legitimate concerns about Justice Thomas's unethical conduct?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. I firmly believe that multiple things can be true at